we serious here? 5 MCs, 5 rappers turned down a VERZUZ battle with Busta Rhymes. 5 though? I can see 1 or 2, but 5, I mean, listen, MCs out there, are y'all that scared to get on the stage with Busta Rhymes?
Pull up. Find me a worthy VERZUZ opponent. I see it tomorrow.
I mean, listen, you should be, because I can think of probably all the 5 rappers. If I statistically break it down from interviews and interactions that I've heard over the past year and a half, I pretty much know those 5 MCs. So at least 3 out of the 5 MCs that turn my guy Busta Rhymes down. Let's break this down and let's just go to the classroom and let's just go to the chalkboard and check off those 5 MCs that I believe either won't do a versus with Busta Rhymes for whatever reason because they think they're too good, or they just don't want nothing to do with Busta Rhymes. The first and obvious culprit we have is LL Cool J. Now, LL Cool J calls himself the GOAT, which he is one of the greatest of all times. But LL is on record by saying that he does not want to do a VERZUZ battle with Busta Rhymes. And his rationale behind that was that Busta Rhymes was, quote unquote, too loud of an MC and performer. LL, you ducking smoke, bruh. I mean, let's be serious. You didn't want to battle KRS One in the VERZUZ because you said, you know, that was a little bit, you know, we all know that y'all have had y'all tension in the past years ago, way a long time ago. So that's why you really didn't want it with Chris, because Chris would have got all up in your grill. I'm just saying, I think LL, you would have got up in his too, but KRS is very competitive, as we saw on the past VERZUZ he just did with Big Daddy Kane. And you said you didn't want to go up against LL, you said you didn't want to go up against Kane because y'all were good friends. What kind of rationale is that? But LL just clearly came out and said a year ago when he was talking to Swiss Beats on IG Live, and he said, I quote, that he didn't want to do a VERZUZ with Busta because Busta was too loud. Culprit number 1. Who do I think will win a VERZUZ between LL Cool J and Busta Rhymes? I think that would be an amazing VERZUZ. At the end of the day, I think LL would win because LL has a catalog that stretches close to almost, what, 35 years? So, I mean, LL has hits from the 80s all the way up into the early 2000s. So I think LL would ultimately get the best of Busta Rhymes. I think that would be a very good performance and show as well. Culprit number 2, T.I. Now, T.I. was on record, as just like LL Cool J was saying that he didn't want to battle Busta Rhymes in a VERZUZ. T.I. was like, listen, I don't want that smoke. T.I.'s catalog, first and foremost, is not extensive and long enough to go up against Busta. So I don't think that would be. And Busta actually called T.I. out, like, T.I., you call yourself the king of the South? You call yourself the king of the South? Yo, bring it to the stage. Let's do it. But T.I. didn't want that smoke, and Busta called him out, but T.I. just declined a couple of times. He didn't want it. And plus, I don't think that would be a good VERZUZ anyway. Culprit number 3, we have JayZ. Now, there is history here of a battle between Busta Rhymes and JayZ. It's well documented that Busta and JayZ battled in high school. Now, Busta Rhymes, full disclosure, admitted that JayZ got the best of him in this high school battle because at the time, JayZ had mastered his rapid speed flow that we were kind of used to JayZ from the group that he was in, Original Flavor, you know, before he, you know, started his Rockefeller thing. And JayZ was pretty much on his rapid flow, stop and go flow. You know, he mastered that back in the early 90s. And Busta was like, you know, I just didn't master that typical, precise kind of flow just yet. So he was like, yo, Jay got the best of me. And, you know, Busta fully came out and admitted that, that's nothing to be ashamed about. Jay has got the best of a lot of MCs. Jay got the best of LL Cool J in the battle. That's well documented. JayZ even battled AZ at one time. Rapper AZ, that's right. Brooklyn's own AZ. Do or Die AZ, they battled what, like I think they battled like around the high school years as well, around that same time. And I think if my memory serves me correct, Jay, I heard, got the best of AZ. So, I mean, look, and Jay, you know, the DMX battle, Jay, you know, depending on what story inside you want to listen to, Jay might have got the best of DMX. So, you know, I mean, you're talking about greatness with Hove. So Hove gets the best of any and all MCs. So that's nothing to be timid to admit. So, you know, I can see a Busta JayZ versus being cool, but I just don't, I think it would be excellent actually, because their catalogs are both up there in top notch quality, exceptional catalogs. But I just think Hove wouldn't do a versus because Hove is billionaire status and he got other things to worry about and other fish to fry besides, you know, doing a versus. And plus, I think if JayZ actually did a versus, the only person he would probably do a versus with is Nas. Just saying. Eminem. Eminem was another culprit. That's right. There were some rumors that, you know, Busta wanted to do. I mean, I think Busta even said that he wanted to do a versus with Eminem, but you know, I don't think M ever responded. But at the end of the day, I think a Busta Eminem versus would be a good versus, both for their catalogs. I mean, listen, we already know M got bangers and joints for days. I mean, M is just, you know, the top. M is in that upper echelon with Hove, Nas, and that top tier LL, them untouchable MCs. And, you know, Busta is up there too. So I think that would be, you know, just like Jay, I think a Busta versus M battle and versus battle would be good, but you're not going to get M to come outside for a versus. At least I don't personally think so. But at the end of the day, I think an M Busta joint would be cool. And our final culprit we have is Missy Elliott. Now, Swiss and Tim even brought this to Busta's attention a year ago when the versus thing started. Like, yo, you know, we think you should consider battling Missy in a versus. And Busta was like, Busta kind of basically declined it. Busta was like, nah, Missy is my homegirl. That's my girl. We cool. That's my sis. But I don't want to battle Missy. You know, we like family. And listen, at the end of the day, I don't want to see a Missy versus Busta Rhymes versus because, you know, that's male against female. You know, that's two different genres right there. You know, I think the only thing that Missy and Busta have in common is the fact that they're eccentric, you know, with their videos, and they're known for having classic, you know, videos that stand out with amazing cinematography and just, you know, cartoonish looniness that goes on in their videos that makes them exceptional. So I don't think that a Missy Busta versus would be good. Two different styles. I mean, Missy, you know, Busta is an MC, a spitter. You know, Missy is, you know, in her lane and exceptional for what she does. But that's just a style clash to me. I don't want to see that. I want to see Busta against a MC, a guy, a formidable MC, a spitter, just like Busta. I mean, if we're going to put a female up against Busta, you know, I think we need to get a rhyme sayer, a woman that's a spitter. I mean, if anybody, you know, no disrespect to Missy, I mean, she's good in her lane for what she does, but she's not an MC. If we're gonna put any female against Busta, I mean, if anybody, it should be MC Light, because MC Light, you know what I'm saying, is a spitter, and MC Light does have those joints. But at the end of the day, nah, I want to see Busta against, you know, a formidable opponent. Not to say that Missy and MC Light isn't formidable, but let's just keep it, you know what I'm saying, with the spitters right here, the headbangers, the spitters. I want to see Busta versus a top-notch, top 5, top 10 MC, like LL Cool J, Hove, Eminem, somebody like that. Missy, and everybody keeps throwing Missy's name into it, but I don't want to see that. You know, but let me know what y'all think. Maybe y'all want to see that. I don't know. Those are my, you know, top 5 rappers, MCs that I think either officially turned Busta down, or just, you know, if Swiss and Timbaland went to him and was like, yo, you want to do a versus with Busta? They was like, nah, they just don't want to do it. But yeah, let me know what y'all think. Y'all might differ, and I would definitely like to know and like to hear y'all responses. This is AP. Subscribe. Why don't you? Come on. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would love that. Peace, blessings, and one love. I'll check y'all later. On the spot, it's AP. Peace.